Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Hastings, as you know, and I'm one of the coaches in this group. And I wanted to share my fitness journey with you all to give you a little inspiration and motivation to keep pushing and to get stronger every day. About a year after my son was born, I was in a really bad place. We were on zero sleep. My house was a mess. My life was even messier. And I was lazy and fatigued, napping all the time, and just getting by on a day to day basis. When I say that we didn't get more than 15-minute intervals of sleep every night for months, I'm not exaggerating. I was a straight up zombie mommy. My son had undiagnosed food allergies and was up crying every night, all night. So by after a year, after his whole first year of his life, when we got the diagnosis, it was after an anaphylactic reaction. And my mind was just in a really bad place. I felt like the worst mother in the world for not following my gut and getting that second opinion. And I spent days crying over it. And it put me in a really dark place. And between that and the fact that my body had not been cooperating with fitting into my clothes, I was really down in the dumps. And I needed a pick me up. I needed something that was going to get me out of this mess I was in. And since we had his diagnosis and things were turning around with him, I still had this everyday stressor of fitting into my clothes or wearing something other than yoga pants. And as you know, going to the mall, trying to shop for clothes with the baby, they're not a good mix. It's not a good mix. It doesn't happen. So every day I would walk into my closet, which was a disaster. And my clothes were just everywhere, all thrown about. So I would pick something out, I would go to the mirror, I would try it on, or I would pick something up and go like, that's not gonna fit. And I would just throw on yoga pants or sweatpants or whatever and leave my house. And over the course of the year, I did try different exercise programs, and one of them was the Jillian Michaels 30-Day Shred. And I'm sure you've all heard of the 30-Day Shred. It was my go-to program. I loved this program. And when I was getting ready for vacation, I did the 30-Day Shred. When I was getting married, I did the 30-Day Shred. So it was just natural that I would do the 30-Day Shred. I popped in that DVD and it wasn't working for me. My body was just so exhausted that I couldn't move the way she wanted me to move. I just couldn't do it. And I tried 3 days a week for 2 weeks, and then I would take a 4-week break. And it just wasn't working. I was just so freaking tired. I couldn't do it. So when I saw a fellow mom from one of my mom groups post about this fitness accountability group for this program called PIO, which was low impact, high intensity, and it was like Pilates and yoga inspired, I just felt like it was exactly what I needed because I already knew cardio wasn't working. And to do Pilates, which is something that I'm super interested in, I had to give it a shot. I said to myself, what do I have to lose? Like seriously, there's nothing to lose here. If anything, I'll lose $60 on a program and it'll sit on a shelf. But I read up about it, I watched the promo video, and the day it was released, I was one of those that was ordering and trying to get through with the other thousands of people that were trying to order it that day. So I joined my first accountability group in July of 2014, and that's when my Beachbody journey began. I told myself that I had to post every day, whether or not I worked out or not. And having to post unexpected rest day, it wasn't a good feeling for me. So I pushed through. I pushed through the tiredness, the fatigue, the soreness, the negative, unhelpful thoughts that were going through my head. I worked out almost every day that 60-day challenge, and I saw more results in those 2 months than I had seen in that entire year. I'm just kidding. But no, I saw more results than I had ever expected, and not even just physically, but mentally too. I had more energy than I had before. I felt stronger. I felt like I could be a better mom, and the best part about everything was that I could chase after my kid, which I couldn't do previously. And I became a believer. I knew this was something that I needed in my life on a daily basis. I fell in love with how I felt and not how I looked. So after that PIO group ended, I signed up to be a coach with the 21 Day Fix program. And the meal plan and the exercise routine changed my life even more. I learned so much from that program. I was already eating fairly healthy because we have so many diet restrictions here, but I was eating the wrong quantities. And after following the 21 days, I was amazed at my results. So if you're on the 21 Day Fix, follow the container system. It works. I'm telling you, it works. Just follow it. That program just taught me so much about food and what to eat and how much of it to eat according to my weight. And I needed to pay it forward and help others. I needed to tell them about this program, and what better outlet than to be a coach. So deep down, what it boils down to is it's all mindset. And that's the difference between wanting and getting and wishing and staying where you are. Be positive, and positive things will happen. I say this so that wherever you are in your fitness journey, we all started somewhere. PIO had zero equipment. It was low impact. It was what I needed at that time in my life. 21 Day Fix, I started with following the modifier. I was using no weights, or I used a can of beans, or I was using 3-pound weights, and then I would up my weights as I got stronger. But start where you are, and don't be ashamed of it. Now I'm a year and a half in, and I'm getting stronger every day. I'm also a lot happier in general. I'm more positive. I changed my outlook on my life, my mindset, and it's all thanks to this process. And I couldn't be more thankful to Beachbody for allowing this outlet for everybody. I'm currently doing a program that before I was afraid to say its name, Insanity Max 30, which is 30 minutes of Shaun T's craziest cardio. Like, he's insane. And I tried the regular Insanity many, many years ago, and at 5 minutes, I don't even know if I actually made it to 5 minutes. But I was just like, he's crazy. I'm out. No way, dude. And now I'm doing his new program every day, and that didn't happen overnight. It took a long time, many, many months. So I hope that you all see results from this, not just physically, but mentally too. Just keep following your program, and great things can happen. Break that cycle. If you want it, get it, because everything's attainable. Thanks for listening.